Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
At the top tonight, this right here is a water main break in Kirby, and we have a few more pictures to show you. Look at that. It actually created a mini pond there for birds. And doesn't that make you nervous considering that we're in a drought?
Yeah, people in Kirby say they've been dealing with this water waste for 2 weeks. They tell the night team's John Paul Barajas that was once annoying is now worrying.
If it's coming from the fire hydrant, that makes me wonder, is there going to be enough water pressure to put out a fire?
A water leak at the corner of FM 78 and Gibbsboro Road in Kirby has led to a steady stream of water and lots of ponding. At first, it annoyed people in the area, but now it's scaring them.
These are trailers right here, you know, and trailers burn up fast, so, you know, the whole trailer park could burn down if there's not enough adequate water pressure in the fire hydrant.
Peggy Griffin says the leak has been running for about 2 weeks and that neighbors have made reports to city officials, but nothing's been done about the issue.
The people, you know, that are on the council and the mayor and everything of Kirby, they drive by here, so they're well aware of the issue.
You see how fast it's moving right here. Your thoughts?
I mean, that's a pretty bad leak, I would think, you know what I mean? You know, that's got current going to it.
We called the Kirby city manager, Wendy Applewhite. She told us it was the first she had heard of the leak and had fire crews check the fire hydrant. Water pressure seemed to be fine, but when it came to the running leak, she said they needed to check with KSAT to make sure it wasn't in the right-of-way before repairs are made.
If we're supposed to be in stage 3 water restrictions, why is it that they don't care about the water that's just leaking down the road? You know, I mean, obviously it's been leaking for a while.
KSAT sent us a statement that reads in part, "We're sending someone out to check the location to determine who would be responsible." End quote. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Meanwhile, it continues to leak. Well, to a developing story we're staying on top of tonight. Agents with the Texas Department of Public Safety looking for the suspect who they say drove their vehicle towards troopers. It all began just before 10:30 this morning near I-10 in Wurzbach on the northwest side. DPS says its troopers tried to pull over a vehicle when they noticed it had stolen license plates. During the pursuit, they say the suspect drove right towards the troopers, causing one of them to fire their weapon towards the suspect. That suspect able to drive away. Not clear if that suspect was actually injured by that gunfire. DPS says that suspect was in a red pickup truck.
In other news now, we now know the name of a suspect and the 3 officers involved in a deadly shooting from this past Saturday. The suspect has been identified as 22-year-old Joseph Garcia. He was wanted on 3 felony warrants. And when officers tracked him down, San Antonio Police Chief William McManus says that he threatened to kill the officers while reaching into a backpack. And that's when officers say they opened fire and killed Garcia on Broadway Street near Brooklyn Avenue. Officers Christopher Potts, Joshua Nicholson, and Alex Solchenberger were placed on administrative duty, which is protocol whenever something like this happens. Nicholson and Solchenberger have been with San Antonio Police for 7 years. Meanwhile, Potts has been with SAPD for 15. Dirty tricks. That is what State Attorney General Ken Paxton says Bexar County leaders are using as both sides fight over the county's new voter registration program. We've told you about this. The plan involves commissioners paying a contractor some $400,000 to mail forms to people who aren't yet registered to vote. From the beginning of this plan, Paxton didn't like it. He claimed that the forms could get into the hands of ineligible voters. He threatened to sue. And when leaders then moved forward with the plan, Paxton then filed a temporary restraining order and injunction to stop them. But then today, Bexar County leaders said the forms had already been sent out, and a judge told the AG's office that it was too late. So tonight, Paxton released a scathing statement saying in part, quote, "In display of bad faith, Bexar County engaged in dirty tricks to avoid appropriate judicial review of a clearly unlawful program that invites voter fraud." Those actions demonstrate that Bexar County knew what they were doing was wrong, yet expedited the mail-out of unsolicited registration forms before the issue could be argued in court, end quote. So Paxton says he's going to keep fighting to stop the program. Meanwhile, the county has said before that if it receives a registration form from someone who is not allowed to vote, the elections office will then step in and stop that person from registering and ultimately voting.
And by the way, if you want to register to vote in the November election, you have until October 7th to do it. If you need help or want to learn more about the process, we can help. Scan the QR code you see on your screen to learn more about how to register to vote. It is the first time many of them have seen him since that mass shooting. Today, the families of Robb Elementary shooting victims and survivors packing into a courtroom to see former Uvalde School District Police Chief Pete Arredondo's first court appearance. Arredondo quickly left after that hearing ended. He's facing 10 counts of child abandonment or endangerment. His attorneys asking the judge to throw out those charges. They claim Arredondo wasn't at fault. Jesse Rizzo, whose niece was killed in that shooting, described the moments leading up to that hearing.
Walking in was nerve-wracking. It was very emotional. The tensions were high. We locked eyes.
Arredondo and his co-defendant, former Uvalde School District Police Officer Adrian Gonzalez, have pleaded not guilty to the charges. They're expected back in court in December. At least one person dead tonight after a nasty accident in Karnes County. The sheriff's office there posted a look at the aftermath on their Facebook page. This was this afternoon at Highway 181 and FM 1144. We still don't know the name of the person killed or what exactly caused this crash. Scary video from Houston this afternoon after a gas pipe explosion. It's a tower of flames you see there. First responders in Deer Park evacuated surrounding neighborhoods where some of those homes caught fire. The pipe that exploded, operated by Dallas-based company Energy Transfer. They say that pipe has since been shut down. We still don't know what triggered the explosion, and as for injuries, we only know of one tonight, a minor injury to a firefighter that responded to that blaze.
Record challenging warmth tomorrow. We're talking above average temperatures. The equinox, the fall equinox, is actually this weekend, but it's not going to feel very fall-like. I'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you, Adam. New on the Night Beat, is it a DA double standard? An investigator with the Bexar County District Attorney's Office suspended 10 days after using his take-home vehicle to work a part-time job. Gustavo Gus Trevino forfeited 80 hours of leave time in November to cover that suspension. He's separated from the DA's office at the end of July, weeks after KSAT began looking into his discipline history. Confirmation of Trevino's suspension comes just months after the DA himself, Joe Gonzalez, he used his own county transportation was called into question. Gonzalez continued to collect a $9,000 a year car allowance despite repeatedly being driven around by members of his own security detail. Questioned by KSAT in May, the DA had this tense exchange with investigative reporter Dylan Collier.
You, Pete, for weeks have gone with this, well, he needs a security detail. I totally get that.
Okay.
Don't accept the car allowance if you're not driving your car.
Well, but the point is I am driving my car. And I don't, say, here's the other thing you have to understand. I work for the citizens of Bexar County. I don't work for Dylan Collier. I don't work for KSAT.
I am a citizen of Bexar County.
Well,
you do work
but
for
you
me.
You are one of 2 million people. And if you don't like how I'm doing my job, then when re-election comes along, guess what? You can show up and you can vote for my opponent.
By the way, we have that full conversation from back in May between Dylan and the DA right now on KSAT.com.
The head football coach at Legacy of Educational Excellence High School was investigated over the summer, accused of making sexually inappropriate comments to one of the school's athletic trainers. Wendell Harris formally denied the woman's claim, stating that he didn't make either comment that was attributed to him. The woman told KSAT Investigates that she resigned this summer after it became clear that the Northeast Independent School District was going to side with the coach.
This was a district that I saw myself retiring from. I saw myself staying in education. I didn't leave because of the kids. I left because of the situation.
Tomorrow on the Night Beat, an in-depth examination of the district's Title IX investigation of Harris, which also included a witness who corroborated that both of those comments were made.
The man suspected in an apparent assassination attempt targeting former President Donald Trump waited for 12 hours outside a Florida golf course. Records show Ryan Wesley Routh was lying in wait for the former president before a Secret Service agent thwarted the potential attack. Officials also said today Routh did not fire any shots and never actually had the former president in his line of sight. The 58-year-old suspect sped away after being shot at by the agent who spotted him. He was arrested shortly after. He's now facing federal firearms charges.
If you need insulin but you can't afford it, well, guess what? Metro Health and HEB want to help you. They're teaming up for the Diabetes Insulin Assistance Program. It covers up to $100 for every insulin prescription. And yes, that does include refills. People around San Antonio and Bexar County can qualify. Doesn't matter whether they have insurance or not. Some people can also get the insulin delivered to their homes for free. There's more information on sa.gov/health. You know, some people can't afford insulin, others can't afford food. So this is Hunger Action Month. It's the perfect time to donate to the very place that feeds more than 100,000 people in our area every week. Right now on KSATcommunity.com, you can find out how to help the San Antonio Food Bank and the people who need support in our community.
And we're gearing up for this year's Head for the Cure 5K. It's on September 28th at Providence Catholic School across from the KSAT studios downtown. KSAT supports Head for the Cure in honor of our former news director, Jim Boyle, who died of brain cancer. You can register by scanning the QR code on your screen. It'll take you directly to the website to register. All the money from the event goes to brain cancer research. For more information, visit ksatcommunity.com.
And you know what else is happening in September? Well, we are celebrating Hispanic culture since it's Hispanic Heritage Month. And next on the Nightbeat, we're going to take you to a party.
San Antonio, a wonderful place to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month all month long. You're going to see events popping up all around town for the occasion.
The place to celebrate. What are you talking about? One of the places, the Pearl Brewery, where people came out tonight to enjoy the mariachi music that you just heard. We caught up with one man who spoke about what Hispanic Heritage Month means to him.
Well, it's 16 de septiembre, so we're celebrating in Mexico's independence, so I'm Hispanic, so we're just kind of out here celebrating. It's a very rich culture. I think San Antonio is a very rich culture in Hispanic heritage, and just keeping the memory alive and all of that is something that people should come out and celebrate. Yeah.
Now, if you missed the mariachis at the Pearl, no need to worry. You can go watch them every Monday throughout the middle of September. Mariachi Monday.
Yeah, actually, you could watch them also through up until, I think, October 15th or something like that. If you scan the QR code on your screen right there, it's going to take you to a big list of events happening all month long for Hispanic Heritage Month.
Although I do have to say, the guys in the suits, probably a little warm tonight. Just saying.
You know what, though? Could be worse. And they've probably, and they felt worse, right? It could be blazing summertime weather where we're talking triple digits. Instead, we're talking 3 degrees, less than triple digits, right? Just trying to be positive here. Look at tomorrow. Our predicted high forecast is 97. The record high for the day, 98 degrees, set back in 1997. So it's within the realm of possibility that we hit the record high tomorrow, of course, but we're anticipating a degree shy. Time will tell. A lot of sunshine tomorrow, 76 degrees at the bus stop. By noon, we're already at 90, and then 97 around 4 or 5 p.m. for that high temperature. South-southeasterly wind at 5 to 15. So you'll notice some humidity in the air still. No break from the humidity anytime soon. No cold front within sight. 96 tomorrow, Rio Medina, Bulverde 95, New Braunfels 97. Running above average. The average high is 90 degrees, and we're going to be in the mid-90s going forward the rest of this week and even on into the upcoming weekend. But I also want to point out this top line here is the feels like temperature for a few hours in the afternoon. When you factor in the humidity, the mugginess, you get that heat index or feels like temperature, which should be a little above 100, just over triple digits for a few hours in the afternoons to come. Today, 3 degrees under triple digits, 97. That's 7 degrees above average for this time of year and just 2 degrees shy of the record set back in 1954. It just goes to show that, we're close to that record territory. Now, beyond tomorrow, we'd have to hit triple digits in order to have a record. Del Rio, only 91 today. Eagle Pass, only 90. Carrizo Springs only 91. I point that out because usually we're mentioning the typically warmer locations off to the west and along the Rio Grande. It was a reversal today, a role reversal, but that's where we had clouds and even a few showers. And we'll get to that and how much we saw in just a moment. But I want to talk about the overall weather pattern that we're in right now. Notice the 90-degree heat stretching all the way up pretty much into the Dakotas and Minnesota. I mean, 89 highs there. That's because of this ridge, this big bump in the upper level flow that's pulling that warmer air northward. There is the opposite of that. We've got the dip in the upper level flow, the trough over the western U.S. They've seen some lower temperatures. I mean, Las Vegas, a high temperature of 82 today. That's not so bad. That taste of fall is not going to, relative taste of fall is not headed our way. This upper level ridge, that big bump in the upper level flow, that's going to be the main influence and dominant factor going forward the rest of this week and into the weekend, like I showed you with that temperature trend. It's really going to be more of the same, and this is going to block any rain chances and big weather makers away from us. And you look at the overall rainfall potential, generalized and generally speaking, it's not over Texas or even Oklahoma and Arkansas where we'll have the big blue H. It's elsewhere on the outsides of it. So unfortunately, we're looking pretty dry. We were lucky earlier today, a few pop-up showers. Some of those clouds, those cumulus clouds were able to bubble up high enough and then generate some rain. Closer to Hallettsville, Lavaca County, a little bit in Gonzales County and DeWitt County, but especially off to the west. I mentioned only near 90 for highs today. It's because they had the extra clouds and rain along the Rio Grande. You look around Maverick County, between a half inch to an inch estimated in parts of rural Maverick County and even Dimmitt County down to the south, Carrizo Springs area, similar accumulations. City of Eagle Pass itself right on Main Street here, 1.1 inches estimated by Doppler radar. We'll take all that we can get. It's looking rather dry going forward. A lot of sunshine, just some of those morning clouds that we're pretty accustomed to. And we'll have some of those morning clouds, especially Wednesday, Thursday, and even partially into the weekend. And I mentioned the autumnal equinox is on Sunday, 7:44 a.m. Do not anticipate the weather to follow suit. As we all know, Mother Nature doesn't go by the calendar and makes up her own rules. Looking outside with live cam, I do want to mention, if we have some time later in the show, we do have the full supermoon. That's full tomorrow at 9:34 p.m. You may have seen it rising in the sky today. It will be full tomorrow, 9:34 p.m.
I hope we have time because I really want you to dive deeper into the supermoon.
Can we just put that term to rest?
I like it.
Of course you would.
Okay, so we're going to move on past the supermoon to a heavyweight battle that's happening this Friday.
Yeah, so it's our game of the week, Austin Westlake at Steele. I mean, what a showdown. It's the final tune-up for both teams before they start a district play. And Victor Wembanyama got to hang out with some card enthusiasts the other day. And you know what? We're also going to talk about Manning Mania coming up.
We know it's going to be a quality opponent, and I wouldn't expect anything less than a four-quarter game.
I mean, a tremendous football team. I expect it to be a dogfight all the way through, and let's just hope we got some guts and some pride to execute down the stretch this week.
The head football coaches from Westlake and Steele are gearing up to face off in big board sports. Our game of the week this Friday night is a heavyweight battle between the Steele Knights and the Austin Westlake Chaparrals, two of the top 6A teams in the state. Steelers ranked number 1 in 12's top 12 6A, 5A rankings, and now they're number 9 in Texas, moving up one spot per Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Steele is 3-0 and averaging nearly 56 points per game. They defeated Liberty Hill 49-26, Reagan 62-35, and Brandeis 56-10 to remain undefeated ahead of the stellar showdown of the night's final non-district tune-up.
Well, it's definitely good. You know, getting a matchup like this in is really big. It helps us see the identity of the team, basically.
It's really big, you know, 3-0 in the season against really good teams. And, you know, having a big opponent with Austin Westlake, you know, they're always good. So it's really big momentum.
It's a big playoff matchup. It's good to get those playoff matchups in non-district. And this is our last non-district game, so it'll get us greatly prepared for district games.
Yeah, you know, the most important thing is, you know, trying to get the puzzle pieces in the right spot. And we've been able to do that these first 3 games, and we'll have another quality opponent this fourth game with Westlake, and you know, get us prepared for our district schedule.
All right, Austin Westlake isn't very happy following their first loss this season, dropping them to 2-1. The Chaps started out by beating Prosper 35-14 and San Benito 63-7. But last week they lost at home in Austin 39-21 to Humboldt Atascocita, and that dropped Westlake from number 4 in the state to number 14. Now they're ready to face the Knights and a big-time offense.
Obviously, they're a talented football team, and 3-0 obviously started the year off very well. They're averaging about 56 points a game, giving up about 23. So very explosive on offense. Got 9 returning starters from a state semifinals team. So I would say that's where their strength lies. Obviously, they've got some guys on defense that are new, but after 3 games, not many people are new anymore. And so they're obviously off to a fast start. Starters are probably played to the start of the third quarter and probably hadn't seen the fourth quarter yet. So we got to keep these guys close and obviously get back to playing our brand of football.
You know, everyone was pretty upset, but it's time to turn the page. Our captains are really stepping up, and we're going to have to do a lot more leadership, and we're ready for this game. We're so ready.
And so are we. Westlake at Steele goes down Friday night, 7:30 at Linhoff Stadium. It's not very often that a backup quarterback is just as loved as a starting one, but that's the case in Austin when it comes to Horn starter Quinn Ewers and his backup Arch Manning. It's been reported that Arch makes about $1.4 million more per year in NIL than Ewers does. Now, Arch took over for the injured Ewers in the second quarter of the Horns' win against UTSA Saturday and had 5 touchdowns. With Manning mania at a new level, does Coach Sark need to talk with his QBs about what's going on?
I don't do anything. Arch is just another guy on our team. And the reason I'm able to do that is because that's who Arch is every day. Arch he's a selfless teammate. You know, he cares about the guys on the team. He cares about Quinn. They've got a great relationship. He works his tail off. He wants to play good football for them because he knows how hard everybody's working. So I literally don't address it with him. I don't address it with the team. He's just part of the team, you know, and I think that's been the approach. If you even go back to the recruiting process, it was never about the name. It was about the player and the ability and the parents and so on and so forth. And so that's made it actually pretty easy that we don't have to address it.
Manning was named the Southeastern Conference's co-freshman of the week. Texas will host ULM Saturday night at 7. Wimby Mania takes over Boomtown after the break. In case you missed it Saturday, Victor Wembanyama was all smiles at Boomtown Sports Cards and Poke Shop. He was there taking part in Topps Hobby Rip Night, and the fans on hand certainly got a thrill when the 7'4" star walked in because they didn't know he was going to be there. Rip Night took place at 572 hobby shops around the world. Topps Hobby Rip Night brings together thousands of hobbyists across the world who share their love for sports trading cards and memorabilia. Other notable appearances around the country included Tom Brady and Mike Trout, but we had Wemby, baby. Those other two.
That.
I love that Wemby shows up.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
And it's got to be a great experience for the kids too. I mean,
oh yeah, their eyes were just big.
Yeah, and maybe the kids at heart, Larry. I heard you were there.
So.
I was pretty excited.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll be right back.
Here we go, Steve. Tomorrow.
Yeah. Super moon.
Oh, gosh. It's a full moon. It's a full moon, which, yeah, it's technically a super moon. But you know what? That's just kind of a gimmicky term. It really, in general, it's a small scientific technicality that it's slightly bigger than your typical full moon, but the naked eye isn't going to notice it. You're not going to see a difference in it. Anyway, a beautiful full moon It is officially full at 9:34 p.m. tomorrow. And you may have heard about this partial lunar eclipse. There's just a little sliver of the moon where the Earth's shadow will pass over it at 9:44 p.m. But contrary to what you read on the internet, it's not going to turn the moon red.
Like a supermoon sliver.
Oh, let's just stop with the supermoon
That makes Adam
stuff.
uncomfortable. See you tomorrow.